Hello everyone, this is Professor J. Kim. Today we're going to do some really simple and fun, maybe silly, character animation. So this is the really simple monster character, and then it is created in the Adobe Illustrator as a vector graphics. And then you can download this file from the link I provided in my description. And then once we have any type of a character in Illustrator, what we're going to do is we're going to animate it in Adobe Illustrator, and I'm sorry, Adobe Animate using the movie clip symbol options and then a bone tool. So watch. See? And this googly eyes and then a tentacle and then a foot, they are kind of self-animating. So those are movie clip symbol. And also, I used the bone tools for that tentacle animation. See that? Okay. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and set the alarm for my latest video. Then let's get started. Let me play again. Okay, so first, please download this monster Adobe Illustrator file from the link I provided in my description. And then first I need to decide which part I want to animate. So I want to animate this eyeball, like a googly eye, and this tentacle, and the foot. Okay, so first, select the eyeball, and copy this, edit, and copy. Now open Adobe Animate, and then the animate file is going to be 600 by 750 pixels, 30 frame rate, and HTML5 canvas, and create it. Okay, let me double click my hand tool so I can view the whole thing, and please open the library. So first we're going to create that copied eyeball. I'm going to make the kind of a googly eye, the animation as a movie clip symbol. So in your library panel, on the bottom left corner, there's the plus button, new symbol. We're going to create the eye as a movie clip symbol. And OK. And paste it. And then make sure that you check the second one. And OK. So we are in the eye movie clip symbol window here. We are not in the main stage. So double click this eye. Okay, and there are two parts. So I'm going to break apart. See? So there are two parts. And go to modify menu and timeline, distribute to layers. Okay. So see, there are two parts. So first, I'm going to make a kind of googly eye. So on the top layer, highlight the frame number 15, insert a keyframe, highlight the frame number 30, insert keyframe. Then select any frame in between, hold down the Control and click, and create Classic Twin. Hold down the Control key and click somewhere, and Classic Twin. And the bottom layer, I just need to extend this image from 1 to 30 by inserting just a frame. Okay, so nothing's happening yet. On frame number 15, the second keyframe on top layer, I'm going to move it to the right just a little bit. I'm going to use my arrow key on my keyboard, just like that. So what happened is, yeah, it's a googly eye. Okay, so eyeball is done. Next, I'm going to animate this tentacle. So select the tentacle and copy. And now back to Adobe Animate, create another movie clip symbol. This time, let me name it as Tentacle as a movie clip symbol. OK. And paste it. Command V. Check the second radio button. OK. So first the thing is, we're going to break apart once and twice because we're going to use a bone tool. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, maybe here. Okay, then please choose bone tool from your toolbox, and I'm going to insert several points. So click and drag and drag. Keep dragging. Click and drag. Click and drag. Click and drag. I'm inserting the more point, so I can have the kind of a smoother animation. So you may consider this pivot point as the kind of a joint. So just keep going. So the more points you have, then the smoother transition and animation you get. Maybe a little more. There we go. Okay. See? And now, highlight the frame number 30, 1 second mark, and insert keyframe. Highlight the 2 second mark, frame number 60, insert the keyframe. So I'm not going to change the first and the third keyframe. I'm going to make a change on my second keyframe only here. So once you highlight it, you see the pivot points. And let me zoom out. Okay. And then just pick any point. Now I'm not going to distort maybe too much. Just a little bit like that. And maybe here. Maybe not too much. Maybe like that. And let's see how it works. See? Okay, so I think it is okay. Now go back to Adobe Animate. I'm going to make another movie clip symbol, this time with this foot. So copy and back to Adobe Animate. Create another new movie clip symbol as a foot. Movie clip symbol. And OK. And paste it. Okay. Then same thing. Highlight that frame number 15, insert keyframe. Highlight frame number 30, insert keyframe. And I'm gonna just change first. Let me insert the create classic twin. So I highlight any frame in between one and first and the second keyframe. Hold on the Control, click, and classic twin. Same thing. Control, click, and classic twin. And on my second keyframe, I'm just gonna change the angle, just a little bit, just like that. I just rotate it by using this free transform tool. So watch. Yep, so this happens. That's good enough. Now, let's create another movie clip symbol as a monster. Okay. So first, I need to have the main body. So back to Illustrator, select the entire body, and copy this. Back to Adobe Animate, and paste it. Edit and paste in center. Say OK. All right, let me zoom out. So this is the main body. So what I'm gonna do is, let me just rename this layer as the body. Okay, and then let me create a new layer. This time I'm gonna move this layer to the bottom, and let me rename it as a foot and tentacle. Okay, so on that layer, let me have my foot movie clip symbol. Foot goes here, so there's a 1. I need to make another copy. Hold down the Option, keep pressing and drag it. And by choosing this free transform tool, I'm going to flip it like that. All right. Also on that layer, I need to have the tentacles. This one. Drag and drop. Maybe here, somewhere there. Okay. And then let me make a copy. and flip it by using the free transform tool again, like that. If you want, you can make the a little bit bigger or smaller, or you may rotate it. Maybe just like that. I'm gonna rotate a little bit. Okay, so just like that. Okay, that looks good. Now select the new top layer, insert another layer. I'm gonna have the eyes. So select the eyeball here, drag and drop onto that layer. I have one. Let me hold down the Option and drag. So second eyeball, I'm gonna make it slightly smaller. Looks good. And let me have another copy. This time I'm gonna make this eyeball bigger. Let me have another one and smaller. Something like that. And then also, just to make it even more funny and silly and creepier, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, using this free transform tool, let me flip it. Just like that. Also, this eyeball as well. Just like that. Okay, so I think that this monster movie clip symbol is done. See that? This is a monster movie clip symbol. So let me go back to main scene. What I'm gonna do is, let me just drag and drop this monster movie clip symbol. This one has everything with the animating movie clip symbol. Foot, tentacles, and the eyes. Let me drag and drop. Just in center now. And let me test the movie and see what happens. We only have the one frame now. But once you test the movie on the controls menu, test the movie in browser, watch. See? Everything's animating. So there are the three movie clip symbols: foot, tentacle using the bone tools, and then googly eyes. So it looks pretty funny. Now go back. Now I'm going to animate it. First, select your monster. I'm gonna make him smaller. Let me hold down the Shift key. Make it smaller, about this size. I'm gonna place it almost on the bottom. There. Okay. So as I showed you, I'm going to have some kind of bouncing effect. So let me insert the several keyframes. So we're gonna have total 12 keyframes, the even number. So first, let me highlight the frame number 10, insert the keyframe, highlight frame number 40, another keyframe, this time 60, keyframe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then 80, keyframe, and 95, keyframe, 110, keyframe, 120, keyframe, 130, keyframe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me insert 3 more. Maybe somewhere, maybe 137, keyframe, 142, keyframe, and the last, 146, keyframe. Okay, now each section, each space between the every keyframe, we're gonna insert the create classic twin. So highlight any frame in between, hold down the control key or right click, classic twin, classic twin, classic twin, classic twin, classic twin, classic twin. We're getting in there, classic twin, classic twin, classic twin, and maybe 1 or 2 more. Classic twin and classic twin. Okay, now what we need to do is, nothing's animating yet. We just need to change the position, different height on each frame. So on just the odd number frames. So the first keyframe, I want to make him kind of falling. from the top to the bottom to the ground. So this one, I'm going to move him to the out of stage like that. So it drops like that. Okay, so second keyframe, and the third keyframe on frame number 40, it bounces to the almost the top. Okay, and it comes back to the ground, and it's supposed to bounce back. This time, a little lower. Bottom, and the 110 bounces back, but even little lower. On the ground, and this keyframe, lower, back, and the last one, just a little bit, like that. Okay, so this will happen. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can view the whole thing. Okay, it's bouncing, but the speed is pretty much even, so it is not very realistic. So what I'm gonna do is, once it falls, I want to make it moving very fast, and when it bounces to the top, the speed is supposed to go getting kind of slower. So highlight the first keyframe and open your properties panel. In this, the properties panel, you see the classic is. So first keyframe, insert the value -100. Second keyframe, +100. Next, -100. So it's kind of a -100 and 100, -100 and 100. Oh, hold on a second, not there. Highlight that. So -100, 100, -100, and 100. See? This one is a 0. Okay. And you, -100, this, 100, this guy, -100, back to 100, -100, 100, and the last, -100. And watch, you will see the difference. It's more realistic. Doing, 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 doing. See? So by controlling the speed, it looks more kind of realistic. And let's do one more thing. Once it hits the top, I want to, on my third keyframe, I want to, when it hits the peak, I want to rotate it slightly. So I'm choose this free transform tool and rotate it just a little bit, like that. And watch. See? And then when it bounces back to another peak on frame number 60, I'm going to this time rotate it. Maybe I'm clockwise or counterclockwise, maybe clockwise. And watch this. Isn't it fun? And then once it hits, choose your free transform tool. This time I'm going to rotate it different angle, just a little bit. Maybe this one. Oh, I forgot that one. This one. Oops. Let me rotate it this way. And bounces back that way. And this way. Rotate to the right. And bounces back. Rotate it to the left slightly. So watch. Play. Rotating. Little bit, little bit, little bit, little. Yes. So it's more fun. Okay, now I want to give some kind of another effect, kind of like a shadow. So in Photoshop, please open Photoshop, and then I just created the new file, and then this new file size is, let me check, it is, let me say 500 by 240 or 250, 500 by 250 in transparent background. And let me draw the kind of oval shape in the marquee tool. And the feather option, I'm going to have a 20 pixels. And let me draw, we're drawing kind of really rough the shadow. Then go to edit menu, fill in black. See? And then the opacity value is, let me say 80%, no 70%. 70. Okay. Then select everything. Select all. And copy. Now back to Adobe Animate. I'm gonna draw insert a new layer on bottom. And just to paste it for now. Edit, paste it. Okay. And then make it smaller, about this size. Set the position on the bottom somewhere here. So it looks good. Okay. And then we want to, okay, that looks good. Okay. And then, if you want to make it even smaller, let me make it a little bit even smaller. I think that's better size. Okay. Now, from here, insert a keyframe on the same keyframe as the other monsters animating. So frame number 10, keyframe, 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 many keyframes, keyframe, keyframe, and the last. Also, since we're going to animate the this shadow as well, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Highlight the frame in between keyframes, hold down the Control and classic tween. Just repeat the same step. Control click or the right click, either way is fine. Just keep doing this. And also, at the very beginning, since the it is falling from the very top, I'm gonna make it very small, about that size. And then also alpha value, I'm gonna change it to, it's supposed to be a subtle, brighter, so maybe 40%, maybe like that. See? Does it make sense? And once it hits, make it smaller again. And I'm gonna set the alpha value 40 again. See? On 80, make it even smaller. And the alpha value 40%. Here, make it a little bit smaller. And the alpha value 40. See? And this one as well, I'm going to make it slightly smaller than that because the it is jumping less. And the alpha value 40. And the last, slightly smaller, and alpha value. And also, don't forget to insert the classic ease option so we can match the speed. minus 100 first, the next 100, and the next minus 100. Make sure when you change these option, you have to click on the keyframe. And the next 100, next minus 100, and the next keyframe 100, next one minus 100, and the next 100, and the next minus 100, 100, and the last minus 100. So now let's see how it works. Play. So shadow follows that, the speed and the size. Okay, so it looks good. So let me test it on my control. Go to Controls Movie, test movie in browser, and watch. Okay, and I want to make him stay a little, kind of maybe 3 or 4 seconds longer, so we can see the more animation. So entire thing is about almost 5 seconds. So I'm going to insert the keyframe on maybe 9-second mark. So maybe 4 more seconds. So highlight the 9-second mark on both layers and insert the keyframe. And let me play it. Control, test the movie in browser. Okay, so it keeps bouncing and it will stay about 4 seconds. See? So we still can see that the animation. And again. Okay, so it looks good. So now I'm gonna save my file, save as, in my folder. Let me name as save it as the monster animation. Save it. Also, I'm gonna export it as the MP4 file for the other social media. Go to File, Export, Video and Media, and also make sure before you export it, your media encoder, this one, is open. So please open the media encoder first. Then I'm not gonna change the size. I'm gonna export the entire movie. Important thing is the format, H.264. That's for the MP4 file. And my output, my location, is my folder. So it's going to have a name of the monster underscore animation .mp4. Save it. Make sure you check this box on the bottom. Start Adobe Media Encoder render queue immediately and export it. That's it. I think we're done. Let me check my folder. Monster animation. And QuickTime. Let me play it. See? It's better. And it stays about 4 seconds. See? It's fun. Okay, let me play again. Okay, so this is the really simple character animation using movie clip symbol and some bone tools. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you can use this for your future project. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.